All right.
Hello.
Hello. You guys hear me? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Am I being ignored?
I only just
Oh.
heard all right, and then am I being ignored?
There we go.
I just heard the all right, and
Where in Faerun is this supposed to be? I forgot.
I don't remember either.
I think they said that we were headed towards the spines of the world, if that sounds correct.
No, that's where the rock was.
Oh, that's right, that's where the rock was. I apologize.
Let me check. It's in the barrier peaks.
Can somebody verify something for me that I've been trying to search about paladins? I was reading somewhere that they should have access to all spells of the levels at which they can cast, and then they just need to prepare them.
Correct.
Could have had so many different spells this whole time. Okay, well, thank you for that.
So, according to the module, the barrier peaks are obviously a mountain range from Greyhawk. In the Forgotten Realms, they could be placed in Chult, a land it's been poorly explored and has several mountain ranges that could pretend to be the barrier peaks.
Well, thankfully, no dinosaur encounters yet.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, isn't that where the dinosaurs are at within Faerun? Down in Troll?
There
Yeah.
are dinosaurs there, yeah.
Misty has seen dinosaurs. She knows she's from Cholt. She's seen dinosaurs. Sorry, go ahead.
No, you're good. I was just thinking about how nice. I was trying to think of a nice way to make a joke of like nice way to create a creative backstory so you could wild shape into a dinosaur or polymorph into something in a dinosaur or something.
She was always
Yeah.
from Cholt. So that's.
I
She's
know.
one of the actual ones I have a backstory written for.
Yeah, I couldn't.
She's also
I couldn't think of the
not a
joke fast
druid,
enough
right?
though.
She's not a druid.
So, last time you guys were in the Temple of the Medusa. There you decided to do a bit more exploring. You discovered a strange gate that led you to some horrible place. It felt evil. You were surrounded by oozes and fiends of all kinds. You decided to nope out of there pretty quickly. Instead, jumping into another babble. This is one of a Medusa holding a orb. There you met the Medusa you had just killed, but she was alive this time. And you decided to re-kill her.
She deserved it.
Yeah. You brought back her head to the real world after saving the prisoners there. But when you got back up to the top floor, you ended up getting ambushed. Your vampire and strange Eladrin witch friend decided that they were coming for blood. You took quick work of them without too many issues, but ultimately the witch friend managed to get away. You slew the vampire.
Heck yeah.
You continue exploring into the palace. In the palace, you found two more babbles. One of them led to a ghostly courtroom. You learned a little bit of information about Kwalish there from the Wraith King, even though he nearly kicked you out of his court for being rude and disruptive. Then
Sorry.
it happens to the best of us. The second babble led to a ballroom filled with these glass statues you've seen all over the city, but these ones were actually dancing. Finally, after leaving that, you went up to the top of the clock tower. In the clock tower, you found that the minute hand had another bauble in it. On the way to the clock tower, you saw that there was a building right here. Oops, I'm on the wrong layer. Building right there. That was glowing brightly. You said you were going to check that out after the clock tower. You entered the clock tower and were teleported to the plane of Mechanus. You're inside of your Apparatus of Kwalish. You're exploring the area a bit. You found an interesting marketplace with some cool-looking crossbows that shot nails instead of bolts. And the last thing that happened was Remart decided that he was going to leave the apparatus in order to go purchase one of these crossbows. That is where we will begin. Or Remart, sorry, not Remart.
Briefly out of character, has anybody seen Galaxy Quest?
Many years ago.
It's relevant. Where he's like, "Don't open that. You don't know what's out there. You don't know if there's air."
Yeah, I'm getting bad flashbacks of that right now. It wasn't even in my mind until at the end of session. They said he sucks in a breath of air and closes his mouth. Didn't even occur to me. And I've been thinking about it all week since.
Alright, sorry to break the character. But...
No, it's all good. A little humor makes every game fun, right?
Yeah.
So Remart, you stand up in the top of your apparatus. You reach up to the what do you call a latch?
The hatch.
The hatch. You turn the hatch, and it doesn't open.
Oh my god. I'm good with this. I would
Weeks
like
worth of stress. You couldn't even leave the apparatus.
At this point, I'd like to wish myself out of there. Imagine myself back at the clock tower.
You pop back up to the clock tower.
Oh, we're leaving. Did you not want to get your crossbow?
He's already gone.
No, wait. Oh, everybody's gone? Okay, I go too.
No, just Remart. Remart's gone.
Oh, all right. I'll go too.
Okay. Remart and Misty both disappear.
Me as well. Gerhardt.
Me too.
Grandma, you're all alone.
Nah.
Grandma's like, nah, and just pops back. All of you find yourselves once more inside of your regular Apparatus of Kwalish, this time on top of the clock tower where you had left off.
I turned to the rest of the group. If I look like I'm gonna make that stupid decision again, somebody grab me.
So, I have been meaning to discuss this. I forgot last week, and I was going to do it the week before that, but we canceled that week. I looked into it with the DMs, and we found as much information as we could in the DM channel. As far as we can tell, you guys do unlock the Apparatus of Kwalish to have, but since it's legendary, you won't be able to have it till tier 4.
Oof.
Gotcha.
Right, so just put in our Apparatus of Kwalish.
Yeah, we couldn't find anything in the DM channel when I asked about it saying that you couldn't have it or anything. So, as far as we can tell, you have an Apparatus of Kwalish you unlock when you hit tier 4.
Excellent.
That's so cool.
That is really cool. And it's the full size and everything?
It's not as big as this one. This one holds 20 people, but you'll have a regular sized one that holds 5 or 6. This one's your story one. You get to drive around.
Nice. Hey, I'll take what I can get.
So, we were going to go investigate the building that had the shining light emanating from it, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
We had removed this bauble, though, correct? The glass hand? Or the glass hand of the clock.
You want to remove it? You just jumped into it. You hadn't removed it yet. What did you want to do is actually you wanted to see if the time had altered. So when you guys look back at the clock, you see that you had spent 5 minutes in the Babel, and 5 minutes had progressed on the clock tower.
Okay, so it's in real time.
At least that one is.
True.
So why don't we
Go investigate
take
that
that, because we've collected all the other bottles thus far, and then go investigate the one that had the shining light.
I agree.
Anybody else have any objections to it?
Nope.
Then away we go.
Okay. So you guys turn the apparatus around, chick, 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 face it back down to the ooze, and you climb down to the base. You move through the streets, passing through, say, children's playground of glass children playing with balls, all with terrified expressions on their faces. Most of them are Kenku. Then you move through the streets until you come to this large kiln. This kiln seems to be magically lit underneath the ooze. You see that there's a fire kind of burning within the ooze, and it's creating this bubble that's kind of popping up into the chimney of the kiln. Every so often, as the bubble gets big enough, it breaks off of the bubble around the fire and flows to the top of the ooze and pops at the surface. But the fire keeps burning. You see a glass statue of an artisan near the kiln's fire holds a crystal bauble as if it's shaping it. So he's almost like he's glass blowing his glass bauble as a glass statue.
Shall we go see what this one does?
Certainly. Sorry, can you describe how it's moving again? I'm having difficulty picturing that.
How what's moving?
You said there's something floating up the bubble?
Oh, sorry. I'm saying bubble and babble. There's a bubble around the fire of the kiln, like an air bubble.
Mm-hmm.
The kiln is making the air bubble bigger, and then when it reaches a certain size, it floats up to the top of the kiln, to the surface of the ooze, and then pops there.
Okay, and then it reforms again at the bottom?
There's still a bubble around the fire. So like when the bubble gets big enough, the top part of it separates from the bubble around the fire, floats to the top, and pops.
I see. Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
So is there actually a fire going?
Yes, there's an
You
actual
see a
fire.
We're still inside the apparatus, right?
Yes.
Okay, and which is surrounded. Okay, so I can't do what I was thinking.
Could be like a Mount Doom thing where we can destroy the other baubles there.
But do we know that they're not keys to get into where
Yeah.
the laboratory that we saw before?
True. We should
By the
try
way,
that
guys, I'm
first.
planning on burning all the card resources I have left this session.
Oh yeah.
So after we're done with this bauble interaction, I'm probably going to burn the true question from the DM with the answer to how to get into the laboratory.
That'll be an easy answer. Are you asking that now?
No, I was
Okay.
going to do it after we're done with the bauble.
Okay.
Is there any way we can take the apparatus down to the kiln and snatch the final piece? Or
Yeah,
presumably
the glassmaker's not inside the bubble. The bubble's only around the fire of the kiln. The glassmaker is just nearby. He looks like he's blowing a glass bauble in this kiln.
Does it appear to be the same like light effects upon it?
Yeah, that's why I'm just calling it a bauble. It's just this
Okay.
it's this glowy orb ball, like he's glass blowing something, and you guys can tell that it is a bauble because of the way it's reflecting the rainbows all over the area around it.
Okay. Should we traverse this pocket dimension as well?
I think we gotta get it first.
I think we can enter it without moving it.
Yeah, you guys can walk right up to it.
Let's go for it.
Yeah. Whoever's working the controls.
Cool. You guys move the apparatus over. You get right over to the glass babble. You pull the lever to put the claws right next to the babble. The familiar wires come out and they seem to poke into the sides of the babble. Once again, you see a bright flash of light. Everything goes bright. Or everything goes white even. And you find yourselves... I hate when tokens don't copy and paste. I always forget to do it like before the session too. There we go. Inside a laboratory.
Hey! This looks somewhat familiar from that window we looked through. Did my horse die in the last session? I can't remember.
Probably not. He wasn't on the Dwayne Gloon map, so Tulip is dead. Land Biscuit's probably not.
Such a shitty name.
So you guys find yourselves in a very familiar looking laboratory. You see the same glass piping that looks strange all around the room. On one side, you see there are 5 tubes, each filled with what looks like floating brains, but one of them is filled with what looks like a mind flare floating unconscious within the water itself. You see there's several panels around that have mechanics and these strange clockwork ants walking on them and dominating one side of the wall with tons and tons of wires and piping pumping into it is this large set of armor. You see it's kind of humming slightly, or you hear that it's humming slightly, and you see that it's pulsing ever so slightly with this dim light. It's just vroom, vroom. It's really, really dim. You realize you couldn't actually see it from the mirror before. On the wall, you see an exact copy of the mirror you saw in the Medusa's lair. On this one, though, you see the inside of the Medusa's lair, as if you're looking through a window.
I'm gonna go ahead and cast Bless on, on Grandma, Remart, and Misty. No offense, Motete.
What's the elevation?
No
of the
problem.
roof? What's the highest elevation the room can hold?
About 15 feet high. And the powered armor goes from floor to ceiling.
Okay.
I'll go inspect the power armor.
Okay. Something
Burn a
happens.
divine sense.
It's a silence.
Link your divine sense for me, please.
It's can't fool Grandma.
I put it in there already.
You do not sense any celestials, fiends, or undeads in the area. Motete,
Good.
as you walk up, you see as the lights that are surrounding the edge of the powered armor glow a little bit brighter right as you step up, and then you hear the sound of self-defenses activated. You see a bunch of lights come out of the side of it, and they poke right into the side of you. It's going to cast Magic Missile as a 4th level spell.
Oh, shit.
Is shield able to stop magic missile?
Yes.
Completely, actually. It completely negates Magic Missile. It's in the spell description.
Cast shield.
Yeah, as
Not
you see
so
these magic,
fast.
as you see these magic missiles coming at you, you immediately react with a magical shield that appears in front of you. The magic missiles instantly chink shatter on the shield as you bring it up just in time.
Are we in any kind of Initiative or?
Nope. After that happens, you see the light on the armor goes back and powers down a little bit more and back to slightly pulsing.
That was frightening. I'm going to hop off of Land Biscuit and come down here. It would appear that this place is potentially hostile.
Can I continue my investigation?
Yeah. What are you looking for specifically?
I'm actually interested in using it. See if I can crawl into it, and if it's power armor, as you described it.
Sure. So you give me an investigation check real fast. So you kind of dig around. You see that there are wires connecting to all of these pieces throughout here. These same silver threads that you'd seen in the body of the gold squid, the kraken. That's what it was. It was the mechanical kraken. These same silver threads. You've seen a few of them kind of within the treasury as well. As you go to try and climb into it, you see that there's already someone inside of it. You look inside and you see a gnome is floating in stasis, trapped inside of the armor. His eyes are closed. He doesn't seem to be responding or moving in any way. He just seems to be sitting there with his eyes closed. The only thing you can tell is he's alive, because he is in fact still breathing.
Am I able to pull him out?
You don't see a way to pull him out.
While he's doing that, can I look around for those mechanical ants that spelled out help?
Yeah, so you walk over to the console where you'd seen them before. You see these same clockwork ants are just skittering all over them. They'd once again actually spelled out the word help.
Is there any way I can cut the silver cords?
Ooh, good question. So you recognize these as a astral silver cord. There is ways to cut astral cords that I can't remember off the top of my head. Like astral dreadnoughts can do it. They can sever the silver cord on your astral plane form. I'm trying to think of if there's another way and if you would know it. Do you know of another way?
I think the
Get
Yankee
silver sword.
silver sword, yeah.
No.
I don't think it's magic, is it? What I said.
I think astral projection is magic, but it's like planar magic. If that makes a difference. Given that Gerhardt is relatively low intelligence, he's going to tap on the console and be like, "How can I help you, little mechanical ants?"
Okay. Let me check the astral projection 1 sec. So it says, as long as your tether remains, this is what astral projection says. Actually, I'll link it in chat for you guys. Oh, I linked it twice. As long as the tether remains intact, you can find your way home. If the cord is cut, something that can only happen when an effect specifically states that it does, your soul and body are separated, killing you instantly. So Matete, you would know, since you already knew that these are astral cords, you had figured this out last session with a really good intelligence check, and you kind of inherently know it. You would know that these astral cords can only be cut by very, very specific methods. Gerhardt, when you ask the ants, okay, how can I help you? You see that they immediately form back into a swarm, and they start marching in a line. You see that at the front of the line, there's like an arrow, and the arrow starts marching across the console. It comes up to a certain lever, and it points at the lever.
I reach out and grab the lever, and then I look at the rest of the party and be like, should I?
We have no other options at the
Ants,
moment.
yes.
Click.
You pull the lever down. The ants immediately swarm back into a swarm, and they type out the word, good luck. And as you do, you hear...
Oh, shit. Cora, real quick. Technically, because we haven't been in initiative or anything like that, would my bless have worn off?
What's it last, like 10 minutes? Or is that just
1 minute?
We'll say this has been like 6 rounds or something.
Okay.
You're about to go into initiative.
Oh,
I
okay.
think that's fair. Like 4 rounds is usually pretty good for a bless anyways. As you do, you hear all around you the sound of things kind of wheeling up. All these engines kind of running up. You see that throughout the piping, suddenly liquids begin flowing through them. You see silver, blue, green, purple liquids all coming out. You see the water that's in the 5... what are they called? Man, I cannot think today. The 5 things...
Reservoir?
Five tubes with the brains in it start draining just slightly as the fluids begin draining out of them. All these fluids pump straight into the powered armor. Woo, 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 woo. You see that the dim light on the powered armor starts glowing much more brightly. The powered armor kind of breaks off some of the things that attach to it. Motetta, you kind of take a step back here as you realize this thing's starting to come to life. Out of this thing's back suddenly sprouts a bunch of swords, and it starts hunching over. You see that the cores that are tethered to it are now hanging off of its back, and they've kind of moved to the back of the machine. The powered armor reaches down. It grabs a glowing white crystal. It takes it and plugs it into the front of its chest. And it tightens it in place. When it does, you see the crystal immediately begins glowing brightly. It's almost like Iron Man with his little chest thing. And as it does, the lines of lights that are all around the outside of the power armor begin shining super brightly. It kind of lets out a roaring. It's like a whirling roar, like a mechanical roar, like. It takes its fists and punches them together. Roll initiative.
While we're doing this, Gerhardt draws his sword and shield, smashes his sword against the shield, and says, "Land Biscuit, to battle!"
Me!
Hey, Cora, with the 19 that I rolled earlier and my declaration on chat of attempting to hide, am I considered hidden for the start of this?
Sure.
I don't know, you look
yes.
asleep to me.
Is that the sleep symbol? I thought I found the one that looked like a map.
It's up to interpretation. Joking.
Where's my combat music?
Nope, you're right. I did grab the sleep symbol. I missed the.
Look at that beautiful 4 initiative.
So Remart, you are hidden in this corner here when this thing begins. What would you like to do?
Now, pop out from around the corner, fire at it, and then attempt to hide again.
Okay, make an attack roll.
21.
Yeah, 21 will hit. You shoot this thing. You see a shoulder blade of it just instantly cracks underneath the weight of your Oathbow's attack, dealing 18 piercing damage to it.
Very nice.
And, I'm going to go ahead and try and hide back where I was.
Okay.
With a 14 stealth.
Yeah, it doesn't even seem to be looking in your direction. It seems almost like not even noticed the part of its shoulder blade that had broken off as it starts immediately sucking in air around it. That is its turn as it goes. You see that all the air around it suddenly kind of turns bright yellow. And then it goes. It lets out this fog, this nauseous looking yellow fog out in the area. It's gonna do. It's gonna try and hit as many people as it possibly can. So Gerhardt is gonna be not hit by this, but everyone else except for Remart is. So it's Motete, Misty, and Grandma.
And everybody's out of range of my my aura.
Yeah, Grandma's aura.
Yeah, Grandma's aura is there.
No, my aura that gives resistance to spell damage.
This is not a spell.
Oh, okay, never mind then.
Yeah. So I need all of you to make me a Constitution saving throw.
And what's Grandma's thing for?
+5.
Does Motete have bless?
No.
He does not.
Oh, I had blessed, didn't I? Huh. How about that?
So missed 20.
So I have 20, yeah.
Okay, so Misty succeeds, Grandma succeeds, Motete actually fails. Wait, yours is a +5? Yeah, Motete actually fails.
I should have blessed you.
An 18? Oh, wow.
He didn't get an 18, he got a 15, because he doesn't have bless. Motete, you are paralyzed as this, you suck in this breath by accident. You immediately stiffen up. You can no longer move. Everyone else, you kind of close your mouth and cough it away. You are fine.
Do we get a paladin aura?
Yes, your DC is 18. You got a 15.
Oh, gotcha. Sorry.
It takes a one step forward. But that is its turn. Oh, did Landbiscuit do his save?
Oh no, he didn't. What was it? Constitution?
Yeah. Landbiscuit is
Oof.
also paralyzed as he stops moving as well.
Oh, whoops. I don't know why I went on twice, but okay. Incapacitated, so Lambiscuit does nothing, right?
Correct.
Is it a save per turn or?
It's at the end of his
Just-
turn.
Okay.
He's paralyzed. He's not incapacitated.
Oh. I'm not used to paralysis. You can't move. Can you do any actions? He's gonna dodge anyway, but that's his plan.
Can't move or speak. Oh, a paralyzed creature is incapacitated.
Okay, so that's it.
Okay. Motete, you are also paralyzed. He does the save at the end of his turn again, by the way, Gerhardt. With Grandma's Aura, that will succeed. Also with Grandma's Aura, that will also succeed Motete.
Neat.
Okay. Turn off. I thought I turned off the bless. Sorry. And a turn, I guess.
Misty,
Is this a table?
that is the console, I will say. No, those are
Alright,
the
well,
sorry,
I'm
those
gonna
are
go
the
hide
pipes. Those are the potions and stuff
Oh,
with all
alright.
the piping coming out of them.
I will try to hide behind that.
Sure. You are super hidden.
6. Right, and then I will pop out the other side and I will shoot him.
Okay.
Him it. 29
Yeah, 29 will hit.
for 27 damage.
You dive behind the table. It doesn't seem to keep track of you as you poke out from the side and shoot it from underneath the counter. It wasn't paying attention. Your arrow goes right through where the leg plates of this thing are piercing right through, dealing 27 damage.
I will duck back here and in my turn.
Okay. Gerhardt.
Alright, I am going to charge towards it and try and get its attention, yelling, shouting at it like, "Over here! Bucket of bolts." I'm unfortunately going to lose my concentration on Bless in order to attempt a bonus action compelled duel. Wait. No, can I take that back?
Sure, you haven't done it yet.
Okay, I forgot. Compelled duel has a. It doesn't work if any of you guys attack him. So instead, I'm going to bonus action ignite my sword, so it's now a flame, and then I'm going to actually try and grapple it.
Okay.
Athletics?
Yep.
Fingers crossed.
Ooh.
Did it work?
You grapple it. You jump on this thing. You grab it. It can't break its arm out as you have it grappled.
Awesome. And that's my turn.
All right.
I got it, guys. I got it.
Grandma.
She'll hobble over to here, make sure to keep Motete in the aura, and she'll pull out the polymorph blade because only good things can happen with this, and take a swing.
Wow!
Oh, there it
cow.
is.
That's I
Okay.
can't remember if that's the good one or the bad.
So
Okay.
it polymorphs.
So, no joke. I was deciding, because I wanted to upgrade this battle a bit. I wanted to do like a more epic final battle. So I was deciding between two monsters. I thought this one would be more fun and thematic, and I thought it'd be real cool to fight in this small area. The other monster I was going to choose was a stone golem, which has a mutable form. And now I'm super sad that I didn't do that one.
It could save.
How does polymorph?
Yeah,
work
link
again?
the polymorph, please.
This is exciting. You double crit.
Wisdom.
Maybe that's just regular polymorph.
Okay, so does a wisdom saving throw? Oh, it succeeds. You stab into this thing. Its brain looks like it twitches a bit as it's trying to resist. You see it almost start shrinking for a moment and then breaks out back into its full form without too many issues.
What would it have become?
Roll d20 and see what it would have become. It would have become a horse.
Oh, that's
All right,
funny.
well, because it's a crit, I'll throw in 21 radiant on top of the 7.
Your polymorph blade blows up on the side of it. You deal 7 plus 21, dealing 28 damage total to him.
And I'll take a second swing.
Okay. That one will miss. As you go to stab at him again, this time a little bit more confident, you dink poke off the side of its armor.
Almost a 1.
Dink off the side of its armor. Your blade kind of shoots off to the side of it, leaving you partially open. But you get your stance back and get your sword back in front of you to parry once more.
That's the end of the turn.
Yes, it does actually say something about making a wisdom save.
Bloody hell, that's not what I copied, though. My apologies. I copied something wrong. Never mind. Ignore me.
It says right there, a creature must make a DC 15 wisdom saving throw.
Yeah, completely ignore me. If I could find a way to delete my comment, I would.
Okay, Remart, that is your turn.
I don't even know if I want to attack this turn. I poke out, fire at it, miss, and then I'm going to load over here and attempt to hide again.
That does miss as it poof, dinks off of the armor. You see it blows up into the ceiling. And then you go to hide, and it turns its head and looks right at you. You see behind it, the eyes of this gnome have been opened, and they're now like milky white.
Well,
Oh, it's a
I've got
21. I'm
advantage on
sorry.
stealth.
Spooky.
I can never remember when everyone has advantage on everything. Okay. That is the powered armor's turn. He's going to roll first to see if he gets his... He does get his recharge back. He goes like that once more. This time he's going to shoot it at Grandma Motete and Land Biscuit. Well, let's see who he can hit.
I love those templates. So convenient.
I actually ended up buying these because I wanted them for my home game.
I
Yep.
did too.
So did
As
I.
soon as I saw them, I was like, yeah, I'm getting these.
All right, I'm going to do
Reasonable
Grandma Motete, Land Biscuit, and Sharon. Then
Alright, Land Biscuit.
Constitution saving throw for me, please.
Guess I'm setting out this one.
Sharon might be able to succeed.
I'm not gonna lie, my stupid brain read Motete's comment as hurt me instead of hurt time.
Hmm.
You're gonna roll for the Raven, Motete?
Oh, sorry.
But Land Biscuit and Motete are definitely paralyzed as well, once more. And this time it holds its hand up in the air. You see it's charging up once more. The silver threads all on its back suddenly shine brightly. And when it does, you see astral ghostly forms come out of its hand. And it's going to create 2 specters. I forgot to import a specter.
And they don't come.
Specters are in the SRD. We just have to have a crappy token. Feels good.
I might be able. I wonder if I can. Am I able to add anything? Will it let me? Nah. I tried to add the Spectre token from the monster manual, but it won't let me.
I thought
I
I
can-
put. Hold on, I can turn on companion sharing. I thought I did on this one, but
You did at one point, but then you turned it back off.
okay.
Honestly, it'd probably be faster just me get it from the other game.
This monstrosity is spawning undead.
Oh, it's good because I turned it on the T4 game. That's what happened. Compendium is on.
Maybe you have to reload to see it.
Oh, wait. There you go. Okay, it's on.
There they are.
They act right after the cadaver on the same image account and fight until they're destroyed. Cool. So these souls coming out of these astral lines fly into the air, land on the ground. They almost begin screaming with electricity. The whole air kind of feels electrified now. They are going to... One's going to fly here. One's going to fly here. One's going to attack Motete, who is paralyzed. The other one's going to attack Gerhardt. They're just going to start life training you. It's a 19 hit you, Motete. That'll actually hit.
Yep.
Give me another Constitution saving throw, please. I don't think you can fail it, actually. You have plus 12 at the moment to your con save. Yeah, you can't fail it. But you do take 8 necrotic damage. And the 14 will miss Gerhardt. Lambiscuit is paralyzed. Give me a save at the end of his turn, please.
I think I actually take more
Okay,
damage.
found it.
Isn't it a crit on paralyzed?
Oh, yeah, it is. Good call.
So, Grandma's going to use her reaction and take the damage for Motete.
Okay. Grandma will take 20 necrotic damage then. As Grandma gets in the way of this specter, she grabs the specter's hand and immediately pulls it towards her. The specter begins sucking life out of Grandma. What's that, a redemption paladin thing? You take like half,
Yeah.
right?
No, I just take the damage instead of them.
Okay. All right. Lambiscuit does a save at the end of his turn. He fails again. He's still paralyzed. Motete, at the end of your turn, give me another save for paralysis, please. I turned off GM rolling at GM rolling on. That will save as you come out. You see Grandma is holding this specter who is trying to life drain you. You'd seen it happen the whole time, but you are now ready to go once more. Misty.
I'll pop out there and we'll shoot the big ugly thing, the big ugly suit of armor.
You did not hide last round, by the way, because you hid.
I did not, but I did not.
Okay, so you're gonna hide after in this one.
I did not. Yeah.
Okay.
I just rolled straight. It's still a crit.
Look at that crit, big crit,
Ooh.
right in the middle of this thing. You almost crack the crystal that's powering it. You see all the lights kind of dim just a
Very
bit. That's 16, 32, 48 damage in one hit. Holy cow. The crystal's got big
Damn,
cracks in it now. You see that it's almost sparking a bit. Like it's ready to just break open.
And I will go hide behind the tubes, behind the pipes again.
Yeah, you guys look through the chemistry set that's on the middle of the table here, and you just barely can. You know she's there, but you could just barely make out Misty there because she like blends in with the tubes. She's like hiding behind a tube filled with black liquids, the exact same color as her fur. Gerhardt.
Real quick, Gerhardt's gonna look over at the tubes and just kind of give a cursory glance at the. He doesn't know that it's called this, but the Illahid. Notice anything in particular?
At the what? I'm sorry? Oh,
The
the
Mind
Mind
Flayer.
Flayer. The Mind Flayer doesn't seem to be moving. It's still sitting in stasis at the moment.
Okay. Am I able to attack while grappling, or do I lose the grapple when I attack?
Yeah, you can attack while grappling.
Okay. I'm going to maintain my grapple, but I'm going to use my Channel Divinity, Turn the Faithless, which is basically Turn Undead.
Yeah, what's your Destroy Undead level?
I am a paladin, I don't have Destroy Undead. That's a cleric thing.
That is correct. Okay, so what's Turn the Faceless do?
It's the same thing as Turn Undead, I believe, but it also affects Fae, or no, wait. Oh, maybe it doesn't affect Undead.
Yeah.
It only
No,
affects
Ancients
phase.
doesn't.
Oh, yeah, you're right. So it's never mind. My bad. I was thinking it was Undead and Fae, but it's Fiends and Fae. Okay, never mind. I'm going to swing and attack the Spectre twice with my Burning Sword.
Oof. Oh, double oof.
My.
Oh, okay. That
So-
sucks.
Gerhard grabs his holy symbol and he holds it up and he's trying to turn. He's like, turn, damn it! And your holy symbol just doesn't seem to respond. And you quickly like pull out your sword. You're like, ugh! You like try and take two like half-hearted slashes while trying to get your holy symbol to turn. It doesn't seem to have any effect at all, and you end up just completely whipping your sword everywhere. Anything else?
No, that's all I got.
Okay, Grandma.
Alright, Oh, it's like I feel like we just got to take this big guy down, or it's going to keep bringing specters in. That's just me, so I'm taking 2 strikes at it.
Okay. A 6 will miss, and a 12 will
wow.
also miss. Dink, dink, your armor, the reflective lights are kind of getting in your eyes, Grandma, and it's hard to see. It's like reflecting off your glasses, giving you a bit of a glare. And you keep, you're just hitting where it's just a little harder, or you're hitting a nut and bolt. Anything else?
Or nope.
Okay. Remart.
Alright, pop out and shoot at it.
Okay.
With the 21, I have advantage.
Correct. Yep. Its passive perception is only like 10, so it literally can only see you if you double crit fail. Or, but a 16 will miss. You shoot your arrow.
18?
You have bless. 18 will hit.
I've got bless still. I've got one more round of bless after this. Does an 18 hit?
Yeah, 18 will hit.
Excellent. Thank you, Gerhardt.
You shoot.
And I've also got sneak attack. 1 second.
Yeah, you shoot your arrow, go straight to this thing's face. You see the mask that's on it kind of breaks off. Behind it, you see the jaw of this gnome is kind of exposed. It's kind of slack jaw. He's drooling a bit as you deal 15 piercing damage. This thing, it's hurting pretty bad.
And then I will bonus action hide.
Okay, that is the cadaver's turn. He's gonna see if he gets his thing back. He does not. 27 is definitely hidden. So he's finally going to turn. I'm gonna give him a 1d3 to see which one of you attacks. Grandma's 1, Motete's 2, Gerhardt's 3. Feels bad, Motete.
Bring it.
He's going to slam twice into you, Motete, as he brings his hammer down. By hammer, I mean his hand. That's a 27 and a 15 to hit. So he bashes you with the hand, just absolutely crushes you, dealing 32 damage to you, including some necrotic damage. You cripple one of the way to the second one. As he brings his hand down again, you scoot to the side as your arm has gone limp and numb. You're smacking it to try and get some feeling back into it, but you do manage to get out of the way of the second attack. What is the damage on the... Look at that. I rolled a 26 bludgeoning on the first one, but a 28 necrotic on the second one. Holy cow, dude. That is the spirit's turns. The specter that you had grabbed the hand of, Grandma, now turns to you, and it's basically like, you want to play? And it's going to try and life drain Grandma. That'll miss. The other one's going to life drain Gerhardt. That'll also miss. Land Biscuit, give me a Constitution save at the end of your turn. 5 will fail. Motete.
Give me my life back. And I'm gonna vampiric touch him, level 5.
Okay. So you reach out to grab the side of him. You shove your spell into him. It completely goes all the way through him. Does 0 damage as he's immune to necrotic. I'm so sorry, Motete. You're having such a bad game. This is not your fight.
Yeah, it happens.
Anything else?
Oh, that's it.
Okay. Misty.
Oh,
How about that side again, and I shoot the big thing. 18?
Any team will hit as you pop into this thing. His shoulder blows back. You finish off taking off part of the shoulder that Remart had destroyed earlier, dealing 24 damage. This thing is kind of barely holding itself together at this point. A couple more hits should bring him down.
No. 17.
17's pretty stealthed. Gerhardt.
I'm going to look around, hope nobody saw my last couple whiffs, and then try and strike the big bad twice.
Okay. You whiff again. You finally get your grip around this thing, though. You pull him in close as you get your arm exposed, and you bring your sword down. Right on its arm that you have grappled. Cuts through the arm, almost like butter, dealing
15. Oh, sorry, 11 slashing and 4 fire.
Dealing 15 damage. I had to check to make sure he wasn't immune to fire. It does deal 15 damage. You almost cut this whole arm completely off of it. You see there's like these white wisps that are almost holding everything together and moving it apart. They're moving back and forth up and down the arm. They look a bit like souls. As you look really closely, you see they're almost thoughts is what they what you, not like wenches, like things you think about.
And
go ahead.
Oh, sorry. I was gonna say I'm going to probably end bless here and shield of faith motete.
Okay. All of you feel holy blessing kind of leave you, and motete, suddenly a magical shield appears in front of you. Ring.
Thank you.
Grandma.
Oh, this is gonna take like most of my bottle of hand cream, but Motete, you're gonna get 30 points of Grandma's organic hand cream.
Just rub it all over him in the middle of it.
Not now, Spectre. I've got to rub this hand cream on him.
I feel so babied.
Magical shields appearing in front of you. Grandma's rubbing hand cream on you. Everyone else is just like, it's okay, buddy. Anything else, Grandma?
Nope.
Okay. Remart.
I'll pop out from hiding and shoot at the big guy.
Sounds good. Hey, that's a crit.
Nice.
And double sneak attack damage. Is it still up after that?
Remart, finish him.
Alright, so like I nervously peek around and like my eyes widen because the first thing it sees is Grandma slathering stuff all over Motete. And I'm like, is now really the time? And I release an arrow reflexively just out of startlement, and the arrow for some reason goes unerringly straight through the crystal that you were talking about and knocks it loose from its moorings so that the crystal falls out.
You watch as the crystal makes like a small explosion. It shatters. You hear the sound of glass basically breaking. The crystal's frame kind of falls out of this thing's chest. As it does, you see all the lights on this thing immediately dim. It starts leaning forward. You hear the hatch at the back opens, and suddenly you see... Oh, that hurt. The gnome begins climbing out of the back here.
Are the two specters still there?
The specters go, and they get sucked immediately back into the cadaver, and you see lights go down the lines of the silver threads, shink, as the silver threads detach themselves from the back of this powered armor.
Okay.
We're out of combat. You know,
You
I
there.
spend a lot of time prepping games, and it never fails. It never fails. I forget like something's token. And I don't have a token for Kwalish. I just don't have a gnome token. I don't.
Just grab like the quarter file or somebody to use that.
Is there even a picture of them?
No. Here we
I
go.
was gonna say,
He's
I
gonna
don't think
be
I've
a
ever
deep
seen
gnome today.
representation of Kwalish.
Where is he? Oh. Ooh.
Uh-oh. Close my game.
Can Lambiscuit be unparalyzed?
Yeah. Sharon and Lambiscuit both eventually pass their save. And the poison paralysis effect wears off after a minute anyways. So climbing out of the back, you see this kind of older gnome. He's got a long white beard. Ooh, thanks. I've been trapped in there for, he stretches nearly a century. Oh. Now he looks down and he goes, did you have to beat it up so much, though? That crystal is replaceable. But this armor damage, you've destroyed this pauldron.
How did you become trapped in there?
He hops down, he walks over to his potions table, and he goes, I was doing a test run. He starts pulling up some trinkets, tools, and he walks back over to his pauldron. He's like, tap, 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 tap. He's already starting to repair the armor.
You're welcome.
Yeah, thanks. Good job. Well done.
This whole area is so unnatural.
Here, help me out here. And he starts pushing on the thing. Put it back up on the brace. He's like pushing on it, trying to push the armor back up so it's back on the mounts on the wall.
Gerhardt kind of assists him with only, what's the word I'm looking for? Like half-heartedly.
I presume you are Kwalish?
As Gerhardt assists, you're able to kind of push this thing back up, and he goes, yep, Kwalish, famous inventor, magician, whatever. I got a bunch of different titles, so ultimately it doesn't matter. I do my work. People give me the recognition I deserve.
Are you aware of the state of the inhabitants of the city, the people that have been turned to glass?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, they got turned to glass once myself, actually. I'm the one who filled it up with ooze.
Oh, how?
I opened a planar gate to Jubilex's lair. I just sucked in some big, giant, gelatinous cube. Melted half the people in town. The rest of them were already statues. My new lab here. He looks around and he's like, doing all kinds of experiments. I've discovered so many useful things from these people.
You killed a lot of people when you brought the cube through?
Hey. In my defense, all right, I was a prisoner. They were going to turn me into a glass statue in front of that Medusa. They had a whole big cult following, all right? All these Kenku were worshiping her. There's this dumb priest that was like, I am the priestess of, I don't care what she said. It doesn't matter. They were going to turn me to stone. They were a cult. They were already turning other people to stone. I think it was justified. It was justified.
You killed cultists. That's, yeah, okay. For helping free you, I imagine you might have some either item or wisdom to offer us in return.
Sure, what do you want?
Subtle.
I have a vast array of knowledge over many centuries because I'm probably the smartest guy I've ever met.
Well, allow me to confer with my comrades here, but before we do that, what the hell is that thing over in that vat?
That's a mind flayer.
Why
I love how you guys
one?
point at the vat that I'm hiding behind, and now I can't hide behind it anymore.
I don't know who the guy hiding behind it is.
I'll float down.
If you were to share your research with me, I would be very interested.
Oh yeah, you wanna? He goes and he like digs off of the shelf. He blows some dust off of it. He throws you a book. He goes, "Here, you can have this one." And he pick it up, and it's a manual of Golem's iron.
Ooh.
What does that mean?
I can make an iron golem.
Only means good things.
Oh.
One of the most sought after magic items in AL.
Really? Huh.
Yeah, yeah.
Were
Is
you
it
the
legendary?
That is a great question. It is very rare.
Oh, sweet.
Were you the one that was spelling things out with those little metal things?
Oh yeah, you saw that.
Your
I
little
appreciate
ants?
that.
Sorry, a lot of people were speaking.
Yeah, that was me. When I was in the golem, I had access to all the trinketry within the lab, so I kept things running. Didn't get the brains broken, but I couldn't get the levers pulled. The ants weren't strong enough. I only had 120 of them. I needed 265. Stupid ants. I'm gonna make them better this time. But yeah, that was me. I spelled out the help me and good luck or whatever I wrote.
Okay, good. Were you somehow connected to that priestess?
Yeah, she was the one who tied me up to be prisoner. I shoved her inside of. He like giggles. He's like, I shoved her body inside of a mechanical golem I put here to kind of protect the place. People didn't just come in and start, stealing my research. I think she got what she deserved. She turned a lot of people into stone. Or glass.
Huh.
Not a huge fan of her.
Yeah, I wasn't either. She was strange. Do you have any requests from us?
No, you guys pretty much helped me out. Hey, do you guys need and he starts pulling out these like weird items and he's like, I got these things, I don't need these, and he throws you another one. It's like a fold up boat of some kind, and he like pulls off some junk pile, and he's got like these mechanical wings, and he pulls like a lever, they extend and retract, and he goes, so you can have these two, and he throws these wings of flying, and he finally pulls out this bag, and he blows the dust off it. He pulls it out. And he pulls out these little like fuzzball things, and he goes, "And yeah, get these out of here. I don't want them either." And he throws you a bag of Trix Tan.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! And Gerhardt's just like grabbing stuff. Has no idea what it does. Just like One more question. Do you know of someone by the name of the Cardophile?
Never heard of him. I've been in that armor for about 100 years, so most people alive today are probably not on my radar. Not that I paid much attention to anybody before, anyways. Most of them are too stupid for my time. Like you guys. What are you still doing here?
Charlie, would you like the ooze to remain here, or would you like us to get rid of it for you?
Get rid of what?
The ooze, the giant gelatinous cube that you brought here.
Oh, no. That thing, it keeps people out. They don't come messing with my work. That's why I've left it there. Did you like what I did with the town? I put all those little, glass statues there. People were like, the city of people of glass. I'm the one who made a real city of people of glass. I put one guy in front of the telescope, but he was like staring at it like he was terrified. So people were like too scared to look into the telescope to find my baubles. Can you believe that? Who would fall for that?
Speaking of which, we
all the baubles.
Say it again. Sorry.
I proceed to hand over the baubles that he's talking about.
Oh, I gotta go put these back now. Ugh. You're not supposed to touch the baubles.
They were interesting.
Yeah, they are. He holds up the one apple one, and he goes, I use this one a lot. I buy from that marketplace all the time.
Fascinating.
I mostly do experiments there. Those he holds up the diadem one that you guys had, and he goes, like this one. I'm a big fan of this one. This is where I test all of my glass statues. I have them doing an eternal ballroom dance. Pretty funny, huh?
Yeah, it was actually quite fun.
Oh yeah, were they still do it? They didn't miss up their steps or anything?
Not that I noticed.
Absolute genius I am. Look at that.
You are a very interesting inventor. Are you at all familiar with a monastery, formerly floating monastery? Of the something mind?
Oh, he kind of frowns at that. He goes, "Yeah, that was my old laboratory. It's still there?"
Ah, it was. We undid it.
Like recently?
I think so.
Oh man, how did it stay in the air that long? I think it should have only had like 2 more days of fuel. Maybe that dumb bone devil I summoned started shoving power cells into it.
He did. We killed him.
What? And you let the laboratory fall?
Yeah.
Ugh. Such potential in there. I had a whole treasure hoard of stuff. You know, I made these
Yeah.
brains. I made these brains in a jar design. It was super ingenious. I'm all my research notes were there too. I was hoping to get that laboratory back. Give me those folding wings back. You don't deserve them.
Perhaps you can salvage it.
Not if it's at the bottom of that pit. That thing is miles deep. I got better things
if
to do.
you're as brilliant as you say you are, then you don't need it.
Maybe next century.
Oh.
These brains alive over there.
The ones in
Talk
there?
to them in the things in the tubes.
They're, he like quotes in the air, alive. I mostly use them for their astral souls. A couple of the cultists who are still managed to survive. He starts explaining his work. He goes, I plug their consciousness into these fiber lines, and I run the line at the back of the power armor. And using that, I'm able to harness the power of their soul.
And I drift away.
Well,
how have you been able to stay alive this long?
My dear boy, I'm very, 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 and I cannot put enough emphasis on this, very smart. And also really dumb.
So you're telling me you did it by accident?
No. The staying alive for a long period of time on purpose. Getting trapped in the power armor for 100 years on accident. You know, a working clock is rung twice a day or something.
Do you have a quick way out of here, by chance?
Same way you leave any other babble. Or you want to, like, do you want me to teleport you somewhere? I could teleport you somewhere.
Perhaps. Let me talk with my comrades.
We have your contraption out there as well.
What contraption?
Your
My Kraken?
The thing with the claws and your your barrel with claws.
Oh, yeah. No, I tore that thing apart a couple 100 years ago. You put it back together? That explains how you managed to get in here, actually. Yeah. It's got a babble connector into it. Maybe I should destroy it so nobody else can enter my laboratory. I have better ways of moving around. It's fine. You can keep it. Have it. Yours. Just let me take out the babble connector part.
Comrades, should we revisit the cartophile and give him a piece of our mind? Collective minds?
The reckoning sounds due.
Who's this cartophile?
Some gentleman that sent us your way and then betrayed us. Or his underlings did.
What did he send you to do? Are you stealing my work?
No, he sent us to map out the area. He wasn't even aware of your personal involvement in the area. It was more the City of Glass, the rumor that you said had been born through your own devious designs.
Oh, well, I mean, the city had the reputation before I arrived here. People just didn't realize by people of glass that it was really just that Medusa turning everybody into glass. All I did was, making an actual city of glass. Way more artistic. It's a tourist show, you know? All they gotta do is climb into the ooze that eats them alive. So he can't.
All right.
So you were saying here to like map the place?
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. He walks over here and he pulls out like a pile of papers and he pulls out a map of the whole town. He goes, "Here, you can hand him this one, but I'd like to be left alone. Okay, this is my laboratory. I do a lot of important work here. I'm kind of a big deal, and if people just start walking around here, that's not great for me. You know what I mean?"
Or maybe if we make no mention of your name, you'll be more likely to let alone. And we'll mention that it's filled with an ooze. So that
What?
is some task.
Tell him the whole valley is filled with toxic glass or gas, because by the time you get back here, I'll probably have it filled with toxic gas, so nobody will mess with my work.
Well, we can certainly pass that along and dissuade the cartophile from sending anybody else.
Or maybe send himself.
All right, appreciate it. Thanks. Do you have somebody to wipe your memory? I can wipe your memory. You
No,
can
no,
keep all the
please.
magic items. You can keep all the magic items.
I, for one, have no desire to return here.
I might find myself coming back here someday if I don't remember this.
Oh, yeah, you want to be a lab assistant?
No.
Oh. Boring.
I might take you up on that offer.
Ah, you look like you're smart. What's the... And he gives you like a really hard, complicated math problem.
You want me to use my DM truthful answer for this, Matete?
Motete doesn't need it as he answers correctly like half a second after he asks it. All right. Sure. You can be my lab assistant. We'll work together on this. What's your name there, old man?
Motete.
I'm kidding. You're younger than me. It's fine. Wonderful to meet you, Motete. The name is Kwalish. All right.
Pleased
well,
to meet you.
everyone except for Motete is welcome to leave, so I can get back to work. We have a very important business. I gotta connect these astral, lines back into the powered armor, get it back up and running, and repair the damage you guys did to it.
Sounds like a plan to me.
All right, I'm going
Would you mind sending
to.
us to the cartophile?
Sure. Everybody, he walks over to the third brain. Everybody stand in a half circle around me as he puts his hand on the third brain's tube.
Oh.
Oops.
I'll
All
stand
of
over
you
here
start
somewhere.
standing up for it. That can,
You can-
have it be magically summoned whenever you actually need it, Gerhardt.
Say again, sorry.
You all stand on the horse that is taking up space when you can magically summon it whenever you need it.
Unfortunately, I have to use a spell slot every time I resummon it,
Ooh.
so I'm keeping it with me. Misty, hop on.
Hey,
Oh,
You coming, Grandma? Wonderful.
bye, Motete.
it
Why
was a
not
enjoy
pleasure.
yourself.
It was a
Thank
pleasure
you
to meet
for helping us. You did a great job. You're very smart.
Motete pulls out some spell components, and it's a black rose, and he gives it to Grandma.
Oh,
Oh.
Until we meet each other again.
I'm sure we'll see each other again in Tier 3, honey.
Blah, sentimental. And he goes, goodbye. You guys see as you all pop. Everyone except for Motete finds himself standing exactly in the Cartophile's office.
Is the cartophile there?
So we kill him now?
Oh,
If
Mary.
Mary's there, we do.
Hello, Mary.
Is Mary there?
Hold on, I have to move things around.
Okay.
Did you forget about our insatiable urge for revenge?
No. I just decided in the last 30 seconds I was going to bring you guys to this map again. Because that's where you wanted to go. So, you guys pop back into the Cartophile's office. He goes, he was like drinking at the time. He starts spitting it all over the counter. Like it's all over like documents in front of him. And he goes, no! And he's like trying to wipe it off. Where did you come from? How did you get in here? Oh, whew.
That's not important.
Mary said you were dead.
Is she here?
You guys look over in the corner. You see that there's the a Ladron woman is sitting on the sofa there, looking quite nervous as the cat flicks its tail back and forth behind her.
I hiss at her.
With the intention of not dealing damage, but just holding her in place, can I channel Divinity Nature's Wrath on her?
Roll initiative.
Nice.
She is Fae, by the way, so your channel divinity will work here.
Oh, I'm not trying to turn her. I'm trying to
I'm just saying it would work.
hold her in place. Yeah. If only I rolled higher. Yeah, I forgot about that little... One of those other two. Yeah, we need to get some answers from this guy.
You don't have to worry about answers. I have blood that I need to have satiated.
Remart immediately draws his arrow. Whoosh. Who did you use your oath bow on? Was it Mary or?
No, I use my
Use it on
own
the
bow.
vampire. Use it on the vampire. That's
And
right.
it hasn't been a dawn yet, so I can't use it again.
Correct.
I turned to her. You set the vampire upon us. I'm going to bonus action hex her, and then fire the oath bow.
Okay. You shot. Add X to her. Immediately take a shot.
11 probably misses.
11 does miss actually, as it zink bounces off of her shoulder.
I will stand at the door to prevent her from leaving.
Okay. Attacks detected. Attacks detected. Attacks detected. Attacks detected. You see his hands immediately turn into daggers. He flies over to Remart. Hostile. Being restrained. He cuts
Not
the
like
air.
that. He's
Not even hitting you. Gerhardt.
Alright. I am going to attempt to channel Divinity Nature's Wrath on why am I forgetting her name already?
Mary.
Yes, thank you. She's in range, right?
There's a strength or dex saving throw.
You use this.
So these vines shoot out of the ground, whoosh, completely wrap around her body, because she gets dragged down. She's trying to break out. She's unsuccessful.
I had to move in order to cast it.
That is fine.
Okay, you said she is restrained, or not restrained? She is
restrained.
Oh yeah, restrained. All right, and I say I'll deal with you in just a moment, and then I look at the cartophile and say, "Why did your compatriots turn on us?"
He's still like coughing. He goes, "Turned? What do you mean they turned? They said you guys died. You You killed the vampire with him? You let him out?
No, both due to unforeseen circumstances, the vampire escaped. But both he and Mary attacked us. We expected it from the vampire, but not from Mary. And then bonus action, I'm going to ignite my sword, and that's my turn.
Okay.
Background, just for the flavor's sake, you see me pull down the collar of my shirt to show the 2 puncture wounds from when the vampire bit me.
Oh yeah.
Okay. So what we're gonna do there is, since you have her restrained, your whole point is you're just trying to convince the cardophile that she was bad and kind of it's framing you guys here. She can't get away now because she's kind of restrained by these things. And she used most of her spell slots earlier today. So we're just gonna kind of leave combat for a second here. We'll stay in initiative order and pick back up with Misty if we have to. But you see, Garrett, the Vista Son's got a short sword out. He's like looking around. It's all tense and stuff. But what do you guys want to kind of say to convince the cardophile that she is lying about you?
Are we doing in turn order or just free speech?
Free speech. We're kind of out of combat here. You can do whatever you want.
Oh, clearly she told you we died, but we're not dead.
He's kind of get his composure now. He says, well, that seems obvious.
So that's lie number 1.
What exactly happened instead?
Anybody else want to pick this up, or you want me to do it?
Good.
Go for it.
No. Well, if I remember correctly, there was this anti-magic shell, and we were attempting to cross it, and the vampire escaped from his coffin, but then immediately Mary turned and attacked us while we were dealing with the vampire. And then they both escaped and came and ambushed us again later.
Give me a persuasion check.
Persuasion.
Well, that seems slightly ludicrous, but I guess I have to believe you. You're alive, and she was telling me you died tragically after letting the vampire loose. The
one
Fine.
thing we don't understand is why.
Because I loved him, she yells out. Because Centimere was my lover for the past century. We were going to be happy and live together. And I hate her. And she looks at the grandma. She goes, she must die.
Oh, honey, let me tell you a little something about love. My Eddie was the love of my life for 86 years.
Aww.
He died. But I've been living on strong, and I've made tons of new friends. And I like wink over at Motete.
It's not there.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. I made tons of new friends, like Motete. And you'll move on too, honey.
She like reaches down through the vines and grabs her deck. And she kind of half shuffles it. She pulls up the card.
I'm going to have to agree with Remart.
I'm sitting here talking to you guys, and I had my push to talk down. She reaches down like through the vines and grabs her deck of cards that's on her waist. She like half-heartedly shuffles it through the vines. She's like really pulling it. Then she like pulls the top card out and she holds it up. And on it, you see the picture of herself. It's the rogue card.
Oh, I forgot about that card.
Oh, that's right. She
goes,
now.
Faith is determined that you will die, Grandma, at my hands.
Oh, that's awesome. We came full circle.
Grandma, a cat leaps onto your face. It is Mary Grey Malkin's cat. She's like trying to scratch you up. What do you want to do?
Oh, jeez, I don't know. I suppose I don't let it.
Okay, so you like trying to pull this thing off. Ugh, give me a give me an athletics check. So you're like pulling it off. Ugh, you get it just across her face. She's like slashing. She leaps down. She watches the cat immediately grows into the full-sized woman that you see restrained within the vines over to the other side. She takes her quarterstaff, breaks the window next to her, and leaps out of it.
Away after her.
You run to the window, and outside you see as she's slowly morphing back into the cat again. And you turn back to the left, and you see that the vines that are holding her form have instantly turned and fallen to the ground as a pile of snow now appears there. And the cat goes running off. You may make an attack roll if you like.
I want to attack it too.
Yeah, I went off and got into my broom, and I'm flying after.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry, I'm not. It's just a 16.
She got my spectral vines.
No, you vined her simulacrum. Or simulacrum. Yeah, an 18 will hit. Or 16 will hit even. For 25.
Yeah, so 10, no, just 10.
For 10, sorry.
I don't assume I have sneak attack. So 10.
Okay.
Did she, by any chance, run past me when she was doing all this with Grandma?
She was a cat. You didn't realize she was actually herself until the cat broke through the window, or until she turned into the full form and broke through the window.
Okay.
Garrett's kind of like looking confused now. I would say she already did her turn. Remart.
I step out, I get on my broom, I fly up in a direction that I saw her go out the window. As soon as I see her, I'm shooting her.
Okay, take an attack.
Does a 14 hit?
14 will hit. You get right between the ribs, her back. What's the D6 for? Oh, Hex, right. Does Hex... So if you casted Hex on her simulacrum, does it move?
Is the simulacrum dead?
The simulacrum is the thing that was in the vines, and the simulacrum
is it dead?
It's a pile of snow now.
If it's dead, yeah, if it's dead or no longer existent, I can bonus action transfer the Hex.
Okay, just making sure. Yeah, that'll do 6 damage. Or 11 damage.
I'm going to keep on following her because I've got 600 feet of range. She's not getting away this time.
Gearbox stops doing anything. Gerhardt.
Coming up to the window next to Grandma and Misty, can I see anything? See her?
You see her like running off in the distance. She's only got about 20, 30 feet. Grandma, can you roll initiative, please? You got deleted from the turn order at some point, please.
Okay, so she's... I would be able to hit her with something ranged.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, then I'll throw an Eldritch Blast at her.
Yeah, that'll hit. She gets hit by this as well, taking an additional 5 force damage.
That's all I got.
Don't you have a second Eldritch Blast?
Yes! Oh, thanks, you're right. I forgot about that.
But as the second one comes, she ducks underneath it and deflects it with her bracers. Right. We're going to go to Grandma now because we kind of came full circle here. Grandma, what do you want to do?
Well, I gotta stick to my tenets as a pacifist. And I'll let it go. She'll get over me.
Okay. Misty.
I have no tenants, I will shoot it. That's a 30.
30 will hit for 11. Ugh! She's
11.
like limping at this point. She's not looking great.
I'll jump out the window and run after her.
Okay. That's her turn. She turns, spell casting in her hand, flashing lights appear around Remart and Misty. Both of you give me wisdom saving throws, please.
Not 50 feet in the air, so it can't get both me and Misty. Choose one.
Misty, you are hypnotized.
Yep. I do like the pretty lights.
Big cat eyes.
Cat with the laser.
Remart.
Alright. I'm gonna drop concentration on Hex and use one of the cards.
Okay.
And upcast. Well, upcasting doesn't really have any benefit for hold person, does it?
Think you can target more people? I don't remember.
Yeah, you can target more people, but in this situation, it has no benefit. I'm gonna cast hold person. Does it use my DC for the cards, or does it use a different DC?
I don't know. We're
My
gonna
DC
use
is not very
yours.
good. My DC is not very good. Okay, yeah, have her make a DC 13. I think it's Wisdom.
Let me check. What card is it again?
The one where I was able to cast a 5th level spell or lower.
Yeah, you know what the name of the card was?
Ooh, Queen of Diamonds?
The Moon.
And I could do that as hold monster instead if it makes it more powerful. Just up to you. I'm just not used to utilizing those spells. So I'm over here desperately scrolling through the player's handbook trying to figure out what I'm doing.
She's a humanoid. Or is she a fae?
She's an
She's a
Eladrin,
humanoid.
so she's a playable character.
Okay, so then she would be a humanoid, so you can't use hold monster.
Right.
The whole person would do the job, though.
why I said hold
It doesn't
person.
say what spell DC, so yeah, we're gonna use yours.
Alright, see if she can beat the 13.
This is a charm, right? No, it is not.
I
Okay.
don't think hold person's a charm.
I think it's a paralyze.
Yeah, it infects the paralyzed status on.
She succeeds.
Okay. And then I will fly up another 50 feet, putting me at 100-foot elevation.
Okay.
End of turn.
Grandma?
While I try and figure out another 5th level spell that will be even more dangerous.
Grandma? I assume you're being a pacifist then. Gerhardt?
Get out.
How far away is she from me?
I don't know. 60 feet?
Alright, I'm going to cast bonus action expeditious retreat on
Okay.
myself. In that same bonus action, then dash and sprint out the window, getting as close to her as I can, hopefully within range of Eldritch Blast.
You get right in her face. Unless you want to be
Ow.
10 feet away.
No, I want to get right up into her face.
Yeah, you come dashing out. You're she's like surprised by you as you appear right in front of her.
And I'm gonna strike at her twice with my sword.
That'll do it. You are you killing her or are you non-lethal?
I would like to knock her unconscious. Yeah, knock her unconscious.
Okay. You bash her in the back of the face with the long sword. She passes out. We're out of combat. You guys drag her back to the Cardophile's office here. She's unconscious in the sleeping chair now.
Unless it's another simulacrum.
Yeah.
No, it would have broken down to snow if it was a simulacrum.
Yeah, so, Remart, I feel she's too dangerous to be left alive, but I didn't want to be the one to take her life, and I didn't want to take that from you.
I appreciate that. I am currently attempting to devise the most just way to do this.
I'm gonna say, but, and I reach my hand out and put it on his shoulder. It must be quick and merciful.
Grumble. Ooh, hold up. Let me do a little bit of research into Geas.
The what?
It's a Geas. Geas. I always
Oh,
miss-
yeah.
Gaius.
Thank you. I'm wondering if that might be a suiting punishment. Because I have one card left.
Where she's basically like your...
Oh, I have no desire to have any interaction with her, but I could forcibly prevent her from ever using her magic again. Because it will, but I'd have to be able to upcast it. Never mind. That stinks. Yeah. Yeah, coup de grace. Ah, dang it. Grandma raises a good point. Because even though I want my character to be evil in this moment, he's not.
For Gerhardt, this doesn't have to do with evil or not. This is a dangerous threat. She was, a kind of dark fae in love with an undead vampire, which all of that is unnatural, and it would just be kind of like a mercy killing for the betterment of the world.
I'm going to turn to the profile.
If I can make a request, please, don't kill her in my office. If you're going to kill her, do it in an alley somewhere.
Do you, within this area, have any form of magical law enforcement?
Probably. I would... police? Sure. I don't know.
But I'm going to turn to the party and propose. As much as it pains me to say this, if we bind her, gag her, prevent her any means of spell casting, and take her to the nearest arcane institute and present her case, perhaps they might imprison her in a more proper fashion.
I agree. This is probably the best course of action. I look to the card file and I say, will you write and sign a statement of what you saw and heard her say before she tried to flee?
On one condition.
I don't think you're in the position to be making conditions right now, considering your employees tried to kill us.
You're in my
What
office?
is your condition?
Did you see
What
anything,
is your
Garrett?
condition?
Well, if you have my maps, I would like them very much, actually.
Of course. I believe there was payment that was agreed upon. Should we do this job for you?
Indeed. We'll take a small cut for my cooperation and in apprehension of my less than faithful hiring. But as long as you have the maps, I am more than willing to cooperate with anything you do with Mary over there. I do apologize she tried to kill you.
Who was it that had the maps? One of us grabbed them.
Oh.
I'll collect them from whoever had them, whoever the Kwalish gave them to, and say these are quite detailed maps from a source that we will not divulge of the glass statue city.
Ah, wonderful. Perfect. He starts going over them. He's like, yes. Probably like to be tons of treasure there. Gonna make a very rich man.
It was very abandoned, and it would be a beautiful place for you to visit alone. No threats there.
He giggles, as if I would go on an expedition alone. Oh, that's fine. Wonderful. Yes, take her away. Why don't you go ahead and take off of her magic items as well? I'm sure she won't need them in prison, especially after the scathing report of how she attacked you guys, backstabbed you. She even stabbed Remart in the neck twice. It's all terrible stuff.
Make sure to write all that down.
Yeah, he's got gold coins in his eyes. He's like, I'm gonna make a fortune. Mary had a braces of defense and a ring of protection on her. You guys can have that as well. So you came away with a pretty nice loot table today. But that is where we are going to end the campaign.
That was awesome.
I'm glad you had fun. So,
Yeah,
in conclusion,
great.
you guys were hired by the Cardophile to explore the Barrier Mountains. There you discovered a cult led by a bone devil featuring some just messed up faces of some monks there. Ultimately, you managed to escape the cult, discover some useful information, actually find the city of Glass, and you sunk the city itself. You headed to the city of Glass and unraveled the mystery that was there before discovering Kwalish himself and taking on his powered armor. All of you will unlock all the items you found today, and I hope you had fun.
A lot of fun. Thank you so much for doing this.
Great
Thank you.
adventure.
Very, very interesting adventure, yeah.
It was very unique.
Yeah, I was reading it. I'm like, I like this. I like this adventure a lot. I'm gonna run this because I was originally planning to run for Concerned Lent. I was planning to run Forge of Fury, but I needed a few weeks to finish Riddle the Raven Queen in Zara's game, and in that time, Concerned started running Forge of Fury on his own for another group. I'm like, oh, I can't run it.
It's a good one.
But this is a good module too. I quite enjoyed this. I'll probably run this again someday.
Really interesting, yeah.
All right.
Still
for
with
playing,
the
guys.
three
Thanks,
magic
Cora.
item limit, huh?
Thank you, Cora. I appreciate it.
No problem.
Yes,
was
thank
great.
you. Do we level up by chance?
Yeah, you guys level up from actually completing the adventure. So if you level into tier 3 from this, you can take more of the magic items you unlocked. Remart, you had one Vizier question left. Do you have anything in mind you want to ask?
Honestly, I was planning on saving it for how to get into the laboratory. I didn't expect us to be able to get into the bauble.
Yeah, I actually said it on stream. I'm like, you're like, I'm going to save it and ask how to get in the laboratory after we explore this bauble. And I went on stream and I went, well, that's going to be a real easy question to answer here in a second when you enter the laboratory.
I guess with the question, is there any way that we could have interacted with the vampire that wouldn't involve it turning on us?
Not the vampire. Ultimately, Centimere's only goal was to escape his coffin, drink one of your bloods, and then leave. He's kind of been trapped in White... Spoilers. He's been trapped in White Plume Mountain for a long time. And now that he's free from White Plume Mountain, he was just ready to go out somewhere else and, start his new quote-unquote undeath.
But that's the thing is, if he left us alone and just run, I don't know if we would have killed him.
Say it again?
If he would have just left us alone and ran, I don't know if we would have killed him.
Instead of coming back for that.
Well, no, when he
attack.
instantly attacked me, I was going to take time on the way back to search for any sign of him. I was planning on putting a question on going and finding him if I could.
Yeah, he.
Guess he was hungry.
Yeah, it says in his thing that if he manages to get out of the coffin, he immediately attacks the weakest looking person who he can get to, tries to kill them, turn them into his undead thrall, and then leave.
We got pretty close. He had me down to like 12 hit points.
Yeah, I think he got unlucky one time or something. Or you guys did like a really good restrainer on him. I can't remember, but he was close. He was going to take you out. I think he had a bad roll that would finish you.
One attack against me, and he took out like 2/3 of my hit points in the one attack.
You're only level 5, and vampires are scary, so
it's true.
I'm glad I chose the cadaver collector for the final boss as well, because I was scared. I was scared about picking him because he's a CR14 monster. But you guys, I'm like, they're basically full resources. They're only fighting him. They're in a small room. They've all got like +3 weapons and stuff. I'm sure they'll be fine. And you were. I'm glad you were fine. I didn't want to.
Yeah, Misty's crit was clutch.
Yeah, there were a lot of crits that.
That was
Those oath bows, man.
I really like.
If I would have had the oath bow available for this, I'd wasted the oath bow on the vampire.
I really like the
wasted.
challenges.
I thought we were going to rest again before we did anything else. I wasn't anticipating continuing that day. Thematically, though, very appropriate for what my character would do. The oath bow was perfect timing for him.
So the last thing that I want to say is I don't always do this, but sometimes, especially if I play with new people, if you guys don't mind, take the time, kind of DM me. Let me know what you liked, what you didn't like about the campaign. Feel free to be brutally honest. Let me just kind of give me some feedback on what you think I can improve as a DM, what you think I should like lean into more heavily, stuff like that. If you just give me your general thoughts on how the whole thing went, or where you think improvements or could be, or what you really loved, if you don't mind, guys. You don't have to do it if you don't want to. That's fine, but I would appreciate it because I'm always trying to be better at what I do. So,
hey, Corey, there's a thing called Survey Monkey.
Yeah. I didn't even think about doing it until today. Otherwise, I would put it together today.
Yeah, I'll shoot you DM.
Yeah, I mean, if you guys prefer, I can put together a Survey Monkey and send it to all of you, and you can fill that out if you would prefer that.
No preference.
Oh, you can do it anonymously.
Okay. Yeah. Yep, I'll do that then. I'll put that together. I'll shoot you guys a link either today or tomorrow, whenever I get time to do it. So, appreciate it.
Appreciate you running this. Yeah, thank you. Just to check, so the list was Wings of Flying, Manual of Iron Golem, Foldable Boat, Bag of Tricks. What was the type of Bag of Tricks?
It was a tan Bag of Tricks.
Tan, thank you. Bracers of Defense and Ring of Protection.
I think that was everything for today.
Wow,
well,
that's a lot of loot.
Yeah.
Thanks again. Have a good night.
Out like bandits. Good night, guys.
Yeah. Have a good one.
Thank you.
Somebody type that.
I'll type all the rewards in game rewards chat.
Awesome, thanks.
No problem.
You did a great job, by the way. I enjoyed the challenge. Not every day that you have to you get challenged as a player. And there were some times where I was like, uh-oh,
Okay, sorry about the stream. I was just having a conversation with Barrage, and I didn't want to stream the whole thing, so I killed audio for it. But that'll be the end of stream. Thanks so much for watching if you're here. It's been a fun campaign. I really enjoyed that one, so I'm going to sign off here. Thanks. Bye.